All right, this video is going to be about kind of a review on the parts list and the balloons. I know we covered it some back in 1105. Here's your assembly section project, and you're going to create these parts, assemble them, watch your constraints, okay, to start with, when you insert these things. And when you create your offset section here, when you do a vertical or a perpendicular line, it puts another object line in your section view, and we don't want that. So we want to hide that. So we'll select it, right click, and turn off visibility of that line. Okay. You also want to edit the hatch patterns for the three parts, and you'll need to change the angle of at least this one down here, the bushing. And then place your center marks, your center lines. Remember, this one you'll need to edit, pull it back. You don't need a center line across here because that cutting plane line is going to be right there in its place. Now, we're going to do balloons. And when I covered it before, I really don't like auto balloon. I mean, you can try it, you can play with it. Just me, I just don't like it, really. Okay. When possible, you'd like for your numbering of your balloons to be kind of in order, but that's not always possible. But they definitely need to be aligned. And so we're just going to go with regular balloon. And I'm going to choose part number 1 here. Oops, asking me for my source file. Okay. I'll go all okay with that. Yes. And I'm going to pull this one out here. If you just click it once, then you can drag out and put a shoulder across there. Right click, continue. I didn't click it a second time. That's fine. Either one of those works. And then I'll go for my second part here. And we want to align these things, so we'll just place one up here. And then go with my third one here. Okay. All right, and so to align them vertically and pick something that looks nice. You don't want these lines to be horizontal or vertical, okay? And so I've got my balloons in. And now I want to put in a parts list. And so our parts list is going to go right down here. And it's easier to place it correctly the first time than it is to try and move it. So I'm going to go parts list, select my view, which will be the section here. Most of these things will be fine the way they are. And we'll say OK. And then I want to drag and place it right against the border in the title block. Okay. Now, the way the parts list, it pulls in the item, okay, that we've numbered here, 1, 2, and 3. How many are in the assembly. The part number is the file name that you use to save the parts as. And in this class, you should be using the assignment numbers. Like in this one is 302-3-1 for part number 1. Okay, the description will be the name of the part. Okay, even though my PDF that I probably got in Blackboard shows the part name as the description. We want to add a material column here. So let's right click, edit parts list. And is it? Export. Column chooser. Material. Okay. And then okay. All right, and because we set the material type in the part file, it pulled that in right there. Now, let's go look at, let's go back to, not that one. This part, and let's go to the iProperties. I think it's under project right here, description, and this is called bushing. And then I'm going to save that. Let's go to our assembly. Doesn't require an update there. And we come back here, and so it pulls in that description when I create them in parts. And so I do it in iProperties. And wherever you go to work, your company is going to have a way of dealing with these things, okay? Okay? Because if you just type it in right here, it's probably not going to go back. And I don't have part number 1 open, so let me come to here. I go here to edit. And I should be able to go into iProperties and make it here, and that's called housing. There we go. Okay, so with the parts list, let me look at my notes here. Okay, so if I've done this thing and I want to change my numbers here, I can come down here and renumber them. Just double clicking in there. I don't know, we'll call that one 2. Oh no, I want, yeah, the housing 2. Bushing, I'm going to call it 1. And then I want to sort by the item number. And that reorganizes my parts list. But see, it also changed these to 1, 2, 3. Okay. And so the balloon numbers really don't have any correspondence to the part number. Okay, if you've ever looked at the schematics, a parts list or parts diagram for, I don't know, like a chainsaw, weed eater, or toaster, any kind of a thing, you'll see the balloons that they use to identify the part with don't necessarily correspond to the part number as to what it is. Okay, I think that pretty well covers parts list and balloons. There's some other things that get more in detail, but we'll pick those up in the 1113 class. Oh, I got an update here. Take on more rust bill material. Okay, there we go. So if you've got questions, send us an email or come see us. Okay.